How many meetings are on your calendar this week? That includes any in-person meetings, and it includes Zoom or Microsoft Teams, any meetings that are happening over a screen. How many do you have this week? Once you get that number, I want to know how many of those meetings are absolutely essential that you be at. I want you to think about that, because let me tell you what I'm finding in my work. I am finding there are the people that will see a meeting put on their calendar and they will ask why. Are they needed in that particular meeting? Is there someone else that may be a part of their support team or their staff that is also in attendance that they can reach out to later? What purpose are they serving at that meeting? So there are those people that ask why. And then there are the folks that when a meeting is put on their calendar, they just show up for it. And I do understand that thinking. However, in these times we are living in right now, when we are doing our best to kind of fight this toxic system of meetings, when something could have been put in an email, or someone else from your team was there and you might not needed to have been there. So if you're the person that is always attending these meetings, I want you to be pausing more and asking, what is the purpose of me being at this meeting? Because what I'm trying to understand a lot more as someone who really works in a solo silo many of the times, I'm trying to understand the purpose of a lot of these meetings that the people I'm coaching are going to. Is the purpose just to report out? Is it to follow up on action items? Is it to check in to see how people are doing, where people are? What is the ultimate purpose of these meetings that are continuing to be put on people's calendars and is leading to them feeling behind all the time? And is adding 5 extra things to their to-do list after each meeting and causing them to feel even more overwhelmed. That's what I want to know as a coach. What's the real purpose of these meetings? So until I get the answer to that, and that's going to take a lot of real life talking, coaching, understanding work cultures. So until I get the real answer to that, I'm going to challenge you and I'm going to encourage you to ask, do I need to be present at every single one of these meetings that's on my calendar? What else might I be able to do at that time that is contributing to my work, to the mission of the organization or the company I work for? This is what's going to start to break some of this toxicity that is still very, very prevalent in our work culture. Asking why. And then being brave enough to, when you really feel, I don't know if I'm needed at this meeting, in a respectful way, in a way that's clear, communicated to whoever it needs to be communicated to, ask the question. You might be surprised. You might not be needed, but how are you going to know unless you take a moment and question your purpose for that being at that meeting, and then ask if there's something else you could be doing with that time? This is what's going to help chill out some of that burnout a lot of y'all are experiencing. Asking why. All right? Something to think about. To be continued. I'm on a mission with this, y'all, but I do want to leave you with a little nugget here. And it's funny because Nidra actually calls them. Her name is Nidra Tawwab. She's an author and she wrote this incredible book. And I've actually subscribed to her Nidra Nuggets, where she has a newsletter and just gives you great information. She talks about boundary setting in her book. And I want to share something briefly with you because I'm going to do an entire book review on this and break down more specific ways we can honor boundaries at work, at home, with our friendships. But she really does a great job of helping us understand why boundaries are essential. So I'm going to share some of the bullet points, the meaning of boundaries, and see how you can bring this into setting boundaries around all of these meetings that you might be having on your schedule all the time. All right. So the meaning of boundaries, listen to this. They are a safeguard to overextending yourself. They are a self-care practice. They define roles in relationships. They communicate acceptable and unacceptable behaviors in relationships. They are parameters for knowing what to expect in relationships. They are a way that you ask people to show up by upholding your needs. They are a way to communicate your needs to others. They are a way to create healthy relationships. They are a way to create clarity. They are a way to feel safe. Wow. So if that resonated with you, you might need some boundary setting around some of these work practices. If any part of this interested you on a personal level, I'm going to invite you to subscribe to my Facebook page, Life Coaching for Hardworking People, because I leave a lot of tips and resources like this on there for those of you that might be feeling overworked at your job. If on an organizational level, you feel something like this could be helpful for you and for your team, I would love to hear from you. And I invite you to send me a private message. Send me an email. Visit my website, coachwithcoco.com. You can email me at coco@coachwithcoco.com, and let's get this conversation started. I want to know what your people are feeling. They may not be fully really ready to disclose the full honesty with you, and that's okay. But when you bring an outsider into your organization, a life coach, somebody that's experienced and that is approachable, people open up a lot more, and then we can get to some solutions a lot quicker, and your people feel happier, more balanced, and they stay with you. So if anything interested, I want to hear from you. Individual, organization, you can give me a little thumbs up. And thank you all for watching. Have a great day.